If you're watching this video, then you're trying to figure out a way to fix your bloating. And if I'm not wrong, you would prefer it if it didn't involve changing your diet. Am I right? I got you here. I'm here to share with you my experience and research in this video to help you figure out this issue. Pay close attention to every point that I mentioned and try to figure out the main reason for your bloat. Once you figure it out, then it's easy. You'll be able to fix it right away. To give you some inspiration, I applied these tips and I haven't been bloated for a very long time, even during my menstrual cycle. It's been only minimized to the first day, where in the past I used to struggle with it for at least 7 days. So remember, bloat is not something you have to struggle with. It's not something everybody's going through. It's not a genetic condition. It's a sign that something's not working right in your stomach, and there are ways to fix it. If you're excited like me to figure this out in this video, make sure you like it and let's get started. Okay, so first I will be sharing the reasons that might be causing you bloat that doesn't involve changing your diet. First one is simple: overeating. If you're giving a lot more food than your stomach size can handle at one sitting, it will bloat you. It's inevitable. Because your stomach has a limited capacity to process the food, when it receives more than it can handle, it will have to stretch. I mean, it makes sense because when we overeat, the content in the inner tube of your intestine will increase. Three things can happen: the abdomen can expand, the diaphragm can be pushed up higher into the chest, and the pressure inside of the abdomen can increase. You will experience all of these as bloat. To break down the food volume for you, women must not have nothing more than maximum of a 1 cup of grain, and for men, if you want to push it, 1.5 cups. If you're having protein with grains, it's not ideal, so you have to decrease the amount of carbs by at least 1/2 cup. As a rule of thumb, make a fist, and this is not scientifically proven and it may not be accurate in most cases, but assume that your stomach size is this much. Whatever is on your plate, if chewed properly, should fit in this fist. So make sure you consider that every time you make a plate for yourself, and make sure you're not overeating, because it will cause bloating eventually. Also remember, sometimes eating fast can cause overeating because it takes longer for your stomach to process down the food and move it into the small intestine to digest and send a signal to your brain to tell it it's full. If you eat fast, the signal is delayed, obviously, which will cause you to overeat. So keep that in mind. So one thing that you could do to stop overeating is to make sure that you chew every bite at least 24 times. So basically, by applying this simple tip of eating slower and chewing your food well, you could avoid overeating and therefore decrease bloat. Swallowing air while eating can be another non-diet related cause of bloating, which is crazy, right? It's very simple. If you're using straws, chewing gum, or talking while you're eating, it can lead into your swallowing a lot more air while you're eating. Chewing gum was one of the main reasons I felt bloat myself, so by eliminating that, you could help lower your bloating. Some of us could experience discomfort and bloat when we're consuming meals that are both high in fat and high in carbohydrates, both together. It's a dangerous combination. This can slow down the digestion process, and it can contribute to the feeling of fullness and bloating. And I know this is hard because we love having carbs and fat together. For example, pasta and cheese, steak and potatoes, or rice and some kind of meat stew. So these types of food have to be eliminated for a while. For example, if you're having pasta, just have the pasta with sauce and maybe go easy on the cheese. Or if you're having steak, maybe have it with veggies and see how you feel. If you feel like the bloat is reduced, then you don't have any big issues. All you have to do is to watch for those kind of foods and make sure you eat them separately. Another problem could be water retention. If there's too much water in your tissues, it can cause bloating. But how do you know if you have water retention, right? We're not doctors. Great question. Let me tell you. You might experience swelling around your ankles, feet, legs, or hands, or you might notice that your socks in the bottom of your pants seems tighter and leaves a mark on your skin all of a sudden. If you notice puffiness around your cheeks or eye area, or you notice that your rings are becoming tight, these all could be signs of water retention. You could also press your finger on the swollen area, and if it leaves a dent, it could also be a sign that you have water retention. Now, what can we do to avoid water retention if you're overly healthy and we don't have any health issues? Now, we have to start taking a lot less sodium. Sodium can come from the sushi you take out or all of the outside food that you order. It can contain high amounts of sodium. So if you actually lower that, get more exercise, lower caffeine, lower alcohol, all of these can contribute to lowering your water retention. Also, potassium-rich food is very recommended if you have high sodium. If you eat more potassium, it helps with lowering your sodium as well. If you're constipated or don't have regular bowel movements, it can cause bloating, especially during your menstrual cycle. If you don't have regular and healthy bowel movements every single day, you have to take a deep look into your diet and see what's wrong. Are you consuming enough calories for your age and activity level? Is it at least 50% of your plate fiber, healthy fiber? Are you moving your body enough, getting enough steps and exercise every single day? These are simple reasons that can cause constipation. But if you don't have at least one regular bowel movement a day, or you feel like your digestive system is not working properly, you must start looking into it right away. It's a big issue, so you have to address it as soon as possible. Next is gastrointestinal disorders like IBS and IBD, which are both inflammatory diseases that can cause bloating. Unfortunately, doctors out there say that there is no cure for IBS, and I think that's BS, because let me tell you, to be honest, I was diagnosed with IBS when I was overweight, and that's what the doctors told me. There is nothing that you could do. Once I fixed my IBS, I realized that he meant that there are no pills available for it, but it's certainly curable. If you look into your diet and you're willing, I promise it's all diet related and you'll be able to fix that. Having said that, let's take a look at some things in your diet that can cause bloat. So all the foods that I'm gonna list in this video are the foods that can seriously cause people bloating. I don't recommend you cutting all of them out all at once, but I want you to go through this list one by one. For example, take the first one and reduce it by a little bit. If it helps you, it helps with the bloat, reduce it a little bit further. And if it helps, you feel a difference, then you completely eliminate it. If your bloat is completely gone, then you know that food was causing the issue, but you gotta be patient. So you wanna go through every item on this list and see if any of these are causing the issue. And obviously it takes a lot of practice and patience, but it's so much easier than you cutting out a complete food group thinking that this is causing you bloat and you're never gonna have it again because it makes you uncomfortable. So make sure you take your time, stay patient, and kind of figure out which one it is. And honestly, for research purposes, I would love to know what are some of the foods that are making you feel instantly bloated. Make sure you comment it down below in the comments so people in the community can use those comments as well. So the first item on the list is dairy product. They're the main reason of stomach discomfort for a lot of people. As we get older, we lose these enzymes that break down the lactose in milk and dairy products, so we're not able to really metabolize it. We get a lot of discomfort in our stomach when we use a lot of dairy products. So what I suggest is for you to first exclude milk if you're having it, and then try yogurt, and kind of go through all of these cheese and different dairy products and try to pinpoint and eliminate and try to figure out which one's causing you discomfort. If you're eating a lot of veggies, especially if they're raw, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage, I suggest avoiding them for a while and try to see if it helps as well. Carbonated drinks can introduce gas directly into your digestive system, which can lead to bloating. It would be very direct. So as soon as you have it, you feel the bloat, but that bloat is not just when you have it, it could actually remain there and you won't be able to get rid of it. So if you're eating a lot of soda, a lot of carbonated drinks, you have to keep that in mind. If you're trying to lose weight and you've replaced your sugar with sweeteners, that is amazing. Good for you. You're gonna start losing weight and you're gonna see a lot of big differences. But the type of sweetener that you're using is very important and has a big effect on your health and your digestive system. Your sweetener can cause you bloat. I personally have experimented with all different types of sweeteners because I have a big sweet tooth, and when I was going through my weight loss journey, I have tried it all, from Sweet and Low, Splenda, to monk fruit and stevia, but my favorite is the liquid form of stevia, and my favorite brand is Better Stevia. So if you're looking for a good brand, I totally recommend it. It will not cause any harm as long as you use it in proper portions. Let's talk about legumes. Legumes, if they're not soaked or sprouted properly, they can cause a lot of bloating, especially if you're vegan and you're eating them in high volume. You have to make sure you take the time from the night before to soak them overnight, at least 8 to 12 hours, depending on the type of beans that you're using, so you can actually avoid a lot of the bloating that is going to cause. And I wanted to mention that here, if you're interested in eating healthy vegan food and you want to experiment with plant-based diet, make sure you follow me on my second channel right here. I will leave it in the description for you guys. You can follow it. I post recipes every single day, and I hope you guys love that as well. The last one I'm going to mention is gluten. Gluten is a protein in wheat, which some individuals may actually be sensitive to it or have allergies to it. There are blood tests or skin tests that you could actually do to find out if you are actually allergic to it before avoiding that food group. So to reduce bloat, you can try to manage your portion sizes per meal and make sure you're not eating more than what fits into your fist. Make sure you're not using straws or speaking too much while you're eating to avoid swallowing here. Take a good look into your digestive system, and if you don't have regular bowel movements or you're constipated, you have IBD or IBS, you must try to fix it by adjusting your diet right away. If none of the above works, try eliminating one of the foods that we mentioned earlier in this video, one at a time, and see and figure out what's causing your bloat. But honestly, in most cases, by managing portions, eating healthier and chewing them properly, drinking less soda and alcohol, you should be able to minimize your bloat, no problem. If you love this video, make sure you like it, comment, and share it with a friend. Love you all and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!